what is up, your royalty? I'm Ace Explains and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a couple different things. Sex, repulsed, indifferent, and favorable. And so generally these are used to describe asexual people and their opinions towards sex, but it can be used to describe other people that aren't asexual, and that is totally cool. So we're just going to hop right in. So what is sex repulsed? So this is what people generally think of when they think of asexual people. They think, oh, well, you're asexual, so you don't like sex and you don't like the act or thinking about it. And so that's basically what sex repulsed is. People that don't like the idea or the act or anything regarding sex at all. And that's what most people think of when they think of asexual people. And sex averse is basically the same thing as sex repulsed, except with averse, it's more used for just the person themselves doesn't want to engage in it, but they aren't necessarily like repulsed by the thought of somebody else doing it or just talking about it in general. So that's kind of the difference between sex averse and sex repulsed. But that's not the only option. You don't have to have that specific feeling when you're asexual. You may also be sex indifferent or sex neutral. And basically that means that you have no strong feelings about sex. So you don't feel like you want it, and you also don't feel like you hate it. So you're pretty much apathetic about it. So asexual people that are sex indifferent may or may not engage in it, but that's just up to them and how they feel, but overall they're pretty indifferent about it. And then we have the final one, which can throw a lot of people off, especially when it comes to asexual people, is sex favorable. And this is where people might actually enjoy it or they engage in it more often, and you're just kind of like, okay, asexual but sex favorable, how does that intermingle? And so remember that asexual is where somebody feels little to no sexual attraction. That doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like the action itself. So those people could be sex favorable, and they might also have it for just other reasons as well, for like reproducing or things like that. But yeah, those are all the different little micro labels that can be used to describe mostly an asexual's feelings towards sex, but it can be, again, somebody that is not asexual, that is allosexual, who experiences different feelings towards sex, and that's totally cool. So there's just like little micro labels for you to learn about. So I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.